Okay, I want to talk about some problems with this season. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2 is, in my opinion, one of the worst seasons of Fortnite of all time. This season is horrible for a multitude of things. It combines a horrible battle pass with Chapter 2 Season 1. Chapter 2 Season 1 was extremely long and boring, while Chapter 2 Season 2, while it's not as long, it's still extremely boring with barely any content added to it whatsoever. It's boring. Nothing really new is added, so the game just gets stale. This makes pros better. This makes it better for pros because they're not getting new weapons all the time. They're just going to make the game broken. But they should just fix it then. Like, make it so that way... They shouldn't just fix it, no. They need to make it so that way the public games like solo, duos, squads, team rumble, battle app, LTMs, they get the weapons and new items. And after some testing is done, maybe after a week or so, they're added into the into arena and tournaments. That's after a week of testing, so that way it's fair and they can balance it out. Excuse me. And they should be added into creative as well. This season was boring because there was nothing new added to it. There was some new things added at the beginning of the season, and we did get some things eventually, but they take it way too long. The only major thing I would think that's been added is crash pads, the Kingsmen, and the helicopters. That's really it. Like, lightsabers were back, but that was only for like 3 days. LTMs. The Operation LTMs are fun, but horrible at the same time. Drop Zone is probably the better version of Team Rumble. It is the better version of Team Rumble, but I want normal Team Rumble to stay the way it is. But Drop Zone is kind of fun, but it can get sweaty. But that's fine. Knockout. Very sweaty. It's a PvP mode of squads and duos. I love it. Perfect LTM. Might need a little bit of adjustments here and there, because I remember that if you reload, you like get very limited rolls, it doesn't always. It only gives you like one sometimes, and it, like at the beginning it gives you 3, but at the next rounds it only gives you 1, and if you didn't re-roll already, then it only gives you like an additional 1. Should probably be like 2. But infiltration and payload. These LTMs are the ones that could actually be fun. Drop Zone is fun in itself, but it's a little bit hectic. Infiltration and payload can be fun, but there are some problems. One are people that AFK. People who are AFK do not do anything. They just stay in place and don't do anything. And the thing is, if you win the game, if your team wins the game, they will get intel. If you lose the game, they'll still get intel. AFK people, they just play this game just so that way they can go through the Spy Games weapon pass, which is what I call this. For one thing I don't understand is, why would you even play the LTMs if you're not going to even enjoy the weapons you have? I'm already maxed out in this stuff. And the other thing is the people that leave. Sometimes if you lose right away, they'll leave instantly. They don't even give you a second chance. That's one of the worst things is. Like, you don't even have a chance then. Like, I had 2 squads, full of 8. That's what infiltration usually is. I saw that on Spawn Island. After Spawn Island, when we spawned in on Pleasant Park, I realized it was 7 people. So maybe someone disconnected. Then I saw that one of our teammates was AFK. So it's technically only 6 people. Not really good against another full 8 squad. I can't tell if any of them are there. I can't tell if any of them are AFK. So I'll just say that's probably 8 as well. Then, as soon as the enemy team takes the intel, because nobody else is trying to defend it besides me and this other dude, like, 3 more teammates disconnect. And then the next round, it's only 3 people remaining, which is me and 2 other people who are actually playing the game, and the AFK person must have left because they realized that, my teammates maybe they didn't go AFK. Maybe they just sat near their controller and pretend to be AFK. And then they realized that when they weren't going to be able to win, they left the game. If you leave the game, you should like have intel taken away from you. Like, not like individual intel, which is like 5 to like level up, like levels of intel. If you leave a match, go back by 5 levels. If you are AFK, in a match. You go back 5 levels if you win or lose. That might seem unfair, but it's more unfair to the people who are trying to play this game for fun, or trying to rank up in this weapon pass, and you just screw them over. If if your entire team leaves you in these LTMs, I feel very bad. There's been so many times in payload that my entire team has left that I've had to use the white flag emoji emote so many times just to tell them, you win, you automatically win. I'm not gonna fight anymore. You win already. I have done that so many times just because my team has fully left. They get no punishment whatsoever. People need to receive a punishment for leaving this. The LTMs are broken. They can be fun, but they're broken. The only reason why I'm playing these LTMs is because of XP. I get an average of 5,000 XP a match. 5,000 XP. This is because of combat, of me fighting, and a little bit of survival time as well. This isn't really I wouldn't say it's the best thing. It's not the best way to grind, but it's what I do, and it's what I'm trying. I am trying to at least complete the golden sky. I know that I'm not going to be able to make it to golden peely. I know I'm not, because it's already been done the math. The amount of XP I would need if I was at level 250, the amount of XP I would need to level up would be 11.4 million XP. There are challenges in the files that are going to give us 120,000 XP, 400,000 XP per 3 challenges out of the 5. It's not fair. Like, I have been playing. I'm gonna rant on this whole season just to say this. This season is one of my least favorites, and my most hated seasons are Season X, Chapter 2, Season 1, and this season. XP is broken. It costs 80,000 XP to level up from level 1 to level 100. It costs 80,000 XP per level. Once you pass level 100, it then goes to 50,000 XP. Now this is actually a good thing, making it easier to level up after a hard grind. But then there's a little bit of XP that's added on each time you level up, at least I think by amount of 250. It's not that much, but it continues to get added on and added on and added on and added on, and it just builds up until it comes to a point where it costs 100,000 XP to level up. You can get a confirmed amount of 91,000 XP a day by completing your daily challenges and daily metal punch card. That means eventually you won't get enough. I'm in like 92,000 or 94,000 amount of XP it requires to level up. I know that when I hit 280, that's when it hits the amount of 100,000 XP to level up. That's going to be the worst part. The season's XP is literally broken and I hate it. This battle pass is also horrible. The only good skins I would say from this are Sky, maybe Brutus a little bit. Maya is nice, but she's very basic. TNT is kind of cool. Meowscles is a good meme skin, and Sky is pretty nice. But Midas is just boring. And the gold skins, while I most likely will never use them, I want to collect them because I'm a completionist. I've completed every single season 100% every single time I've played a season. The only one I have not is Season 4, because that was when I was introduced to Fortnite and I didn't know how it worked. I want to say one thing about this whole you must reach level 350 to fully unlock Agent Golden Peely. So, Mr. Fresh Asian and former FaZe Avery, they have like somewhat recently reached level 350 for fully golden Peely. They just recently. Now, to my knowledge, I do not know if they bought to tier 100. I did not buy to tier 100. I buy the normal battle pass, 950 V-Bucks every single season. They play almost every single day of their life. They probably get metal punch cards done, daily challenges done, and I've heard from Yuzok that Mr. Fresh Asian has completed every single challenge as well that was ever released. So have I. And he has just gotten into he's like somewhere like near 350. These people play almost every single day. They like play for hours on days, 5 hours to maybe like even more. They take breaks, of course, but like they play for so long, it's their job, and they've just reached this point. I've played since day one of the season, completing my daily metal punch card, my daily challenges, ever since day one. Not letting one slide pass. Completed every single one of my weekly challenges, every single free challenge as well. I attended the Travis Scott event. I was even able to complete some challenges in Party Royale. I completed the Spy Games Weapons Pass, like how you just saw right there earlier. I made it to level 50 in both of them. So I've played every single Operation LTM. But the one thing I even went on an XP coin scavenger hunt by looking up like little mini maps that had like where the XP coins were located at and went hunting for them. And you want to know what? Even after all of that, I am at level 350, and the only reason is because I did not buy level 1 to level 100 on day 1 of the season. I didn't even buy the season on day... I didn't even buy the Battle Pass normally on day 1. I had to buy it on day 5 because I didn't have enough V-Bucks. This season is broken. I just want to say one thing. This season is one of the most broken seasons of all time. And I want to talk about the other seasons in a little bit. This season has the least interesting battle pass, has the least interesting battle pass out of almost every single battle pass I've ever seen, has barely any updates to it, has the worst LTMs that were released, and has the worst thing about it. I would say one thing is that the worst thing is that party assist was also had to be removed because they changed up the whole challenge UI thing, which I really hate. Fortnite, it just feels like Fortnite is a horrible game. I love this game though, but I hate it and love it at the same time. It's a hate-love relationship. What was it? I want to talk about other seasons. My most hated seasons are, of course, Chapter 2, Season 2, Chapter 2, Season 1, and Season X. I've had 3 horrible seasons back to back. Chapter 1, Season X was the worst season in terms of loot, weapons, and vehicles. Brutes were overpowered, and while they were eventually nerfed, there were so many other updates that made this season horrible. Some weapons were overpowered, some items were overpowered, brutes were overpowered for a long time, and Epic didn't even respond to anyone. I was still on Nintendo Switch at this time, so it was even worse for me. There were POIs were coming back, but they were different. Like you couldn't build in certain of them, or zombies spawn constantly, or when you crouched, you turn into a prop, so you couldn't hide yourself properly. So sometimes you would turn into a car randomly when you wanted to maybe turn into a lamp. Sometimes you would start dancing randomly, and tacos would rain down from the sky. They were all stupid ideas. There was like only one, which was like Starry Suburbs. That was like the only good, like. What were they called? Rift zones that I actually liked. Loot Lake was ruined because of the whole zero gravity thing and made it impossible to loot except for the outer parts of it. The season is just over. Season X was ruined gameplay wise. But the reason I played Season X so much was because I wanted to complete the Season X Battle Pass so badly. And I did. I completed 100%. Got every single thing. Attended the live event. Hell, I even fucking stood in the freaking black hole area for like 4 to 6 hours or somewhat at a time before I had to eventually get off. And then Chapter 2, Season 1 came out. It felt like a refresh. It was amazing. There was a bunch of new gimmicks added with fishing and swimming, boats. It felt perfect almost. It felt like a good refresh. Then the season got extended. It's okay. Some seasons get extended from some time to time to time. It's alright. It got extended again. And then for a third time. And then for almost, I think, a fourth time maybe. I can't remember 100%. It's the longest season to ever go on for. And I hated that season because it was boring. The season would have been so bad. Even though the season was super long. You want to know what would have made it better? Is if they actually updated the game. They added no weapons, no items. They added like a harpoon gun, and that was it. Some changes to weapons. They ruined shotguns. Shotguns sometimes hit less damage for ARs, which is bullcrap, so they should still fix that. That's just a general overall problem. But like that season just was just so boring. It just felt horrible. It just was horrible. One thing I would say about the only reason why I continue playing Chapter 2 Season 1 is because the season battle pass was decent. It was a decent battle pass. I completed 100%, just like Season X. I even completed the stretch goal challenges, Stage 2, because while they were incredibly hard, I was still able to complete them. I even have fully corrupted Scratch. I have fully corrupted Scratch. And that's because I worked so hard to get this. I think I made it to like level 460 or somewhere close to there. I made it to like halfway up. I made it super close to 500. This was like my goal, and I made it. And this is something I like because it shows how much strength I had to get through that hard season that it was so long. Corrupted Scratch is like my show of like how determined I was to complete that season 100%. Then there is Agent Peely. I must reach level 300 to unlock Agent Peely. To get his fully gold style, I must reach level 350. Scratch was the same thing with reaching 350, I believe. But Peely is worse because not only does the XP amount slowly increase over time, it's that there is no way to complete this unless you bought all the Battle Pass tiers. I've only bought one Battle Pass tier ever in my life, and I bought that during Season 7. So it's nowhere near for Scratch or Peely to help me in them. I completed Scratch through challenges alone and leveling up and hard work. I can't even complete Agent Peely with my hard work. I won't even be able to unlock Golden Agent Peely. I have other Peely skins that I can use, but I want that Golden Banana because I'm a completionist. I might be able to unlock Golden Sky, but I'll still have to complete Golden Sky, which I am nowhere near to completing. I think I have to reach like level, what is it, 3, I have to reach like 280 or 300 even. It's just bull. It's just bull. I wanted to like this season, but this season doesn't like me. If there's anything, like if an Epic employee is listening to this video right now, that I'm gonna post on YouTube and maybe post on Reddit as well, is this. Please listen to community. Sometimes the community is better than you game developers. I'm gonna say this right now. Sometimes the community is better. Now, the community is not always better. You should never listen to pros 100% of the time. I feel like pros is one of the things that ruined this community because they became demanding. When they realized that you listened to them, they complained a lot more because they knew you would, because they thought you would cave in. And now they're complaining because you'd have no communication, which is something I agree with. Listen to the pros, but don't listen to them all the time. You need to listen to everyone in the community, casuals, all that kind of stuff. This game is one of the worst games ever. Just to say one thing about this is that the person who is the highest level of this season, Talocone, I think. I can't remember. Talocan, I think. His level is 520 or somewhere close to that. He did the exact same thing, I believe, as everyone else. Like, bought tier 100 day 1, did every single challenge ever released, every single metal punch card, every single daily challenge. But the other thing he did is that every single day, he gets on and goes into Team Rumble. He searches at least 16 chests a match. And when that is all done, he leaves the match then. It's boring. That is the amount of grind you need to, like, actually go far in this season. No fun whatsoever. Like, one of the things about Chapter 2 Season 1 is that it said, less grind, more fun. Which was a lie for both seasons. This season is one of the worst seasons I would ever say I played. Season X was one of the worst I've had, but I liked it because of the Battle Pass. I hated Chapter 2 Season 1, but I liked it because of the Battle Pass. This season I just generally hate overall, because I didn't like the Battle Pass and I didn't like the game at all. The only thing I like about this season is helicopters, crash pads, mythic weapons, which are still annoying from time to time, and Party Royale, which is a godsend to this game. It is a godsend. Epic needs to learn to listen to the community. I hope there's one last update before this season. 12.61. I hope when this update is released that there is something added to help people to level up. Like, I do not care what you add as long as it's easy for us, because there is no way it is worth like almost a week of grinding for this. Maybe make it so that each tier of the spy games gives us XP, like maybe 50,000 XP a level. That would be good. And gift it, and like if a player has already completed it, gift them the XP. Or maybe make it so that every single like location, like every single like boss POI, like the rig, the shark, the yacht, the grotto, the agency, they have a mythic XP coin in it. And when you grab the mythic XP coin, it automatically will level you up by 50 levels, no matter what XP it is, no matter how much XP it requires. 50 levels. That's all I ask of you, maybe. Or maybe add in more XP. Maybe to storm the agency challenges, increase the XP by a crap ton, because 120,000 XP is not enough. It is not enough. What if maybe make it so that way XP is easier to get? Maybe supercharge XP. Supercharge XP would be amazing, because you know what? You haven't done supercharge XP once this season. You've never done it once. The only time you get supercharged XP is when you miss out on a daily metal punch card. And the thing is, it only goes up to 6 when you've earned 60,000 XP or somewhere like that. Do something. Do something to make this season good. Do something to redeem the players, because this season, compared to the past 2 seasons, which were horrible, but were somewhat enjoyable in some ways, this one is just a joke. It is just a joke of Fortnite. This season is a frickin' joke. It is not fun. There is no fun here. There is just grinding and sweating, and that is it. The only form of fun is Party Royale, and that is it. This season is one of my most hated seasons of all time. If I somehow reach level 350 before this season ends, the only time I will get back on this season is to see the live event and maybe complete my metal punch cards and daily challenges. But I might head to save the world just then after that. I want to maybe complete Blockbuster, but I've been so dedicated to this that I haven't been able to do Blockbuster. I've been so dedicated to doing this that I don't play my other games. I haven't played Minecraft. I play Minecraft sometimes on Mondays, but like barely now. Barely. I do Minecraft Mondays with my friends. I used to play Apex during season 4 a lot, but I stopped when this season was released because I wanted to try this out and I liked it. I wanted to, maybe I would play GTA with my friends because they want me to try GTA out more, but I don't, because I wanted to complete this season's battle pass 100%, and I can't, but I'm trying my best. Epic needs to redeem the players of this battle pass. They need to. They need to redeem the players of this season who have worked so hard, but the rewards that we have gotten do not show the work we have put in. The work we have put in for this season do not show whatsoever. Epic made a lazy season. They made an impossible season. The only good thing about this battle pass are the skins, which is it. Emotes, and that's it. Like every single battle pass has its good shiny light, but all these skins are mediocre. The only reason why I think this battle pass is somewhat good is because people like the Deadpool skin, and I don't like Deadpool. I don't like Deadpool. I don't like him. He's okay. He's an okay of a skin, but he's not my cup of tea. He may be others' cups of tea, but it's not mine. My cup of tea would be completing the season 100%, but I can't do that because Epic does not know how to make a proper level up system for this. There's XP that's supposed to be purchasable that's been leaked in the files. I hope to God that the first purchase of XP is 5 million XP and it's free, because there's no way I'm going to spend a crap ton of money just so that way I can get to level 350. If it's free, I will take it, but I'm not buying anything then. Because you want to know what? The season is broken. It is broken. Because Epic does not know when... Because Epic does not listen to the community anymore. This has been rambles. You can agree with me. You can disagree with me. Maybe talk with me about this. I want to talk about this, maybe. I just hope that if an Epic employee watches this video, that they realize that this season has been one of the worst seasons for me. I'm not trying to be negative on Epic. I'm just criticizing this season. I'm not trying to say like, you Epic, this game is horrible. It's bullshit. You should quit your job. No, I am trying to tell you the bad things about this season and that you should try to improve it, because if you don't do this for the next season, you're going to be killing your fan base more and more. Fortnite gets popular with each new season comes around, but then it drops because Epic does not listen. Since for the past 2 seasons, this season and the last season, it has happened both times. The only time a big jump has happened is because either a collaboration or something, or like a live event. And even so, they're not like really good live events, like the Quibi live event. Who remembers the Quibi live events? Those were horrible, and the Party Royale events, those were okay, but they were not the best. Epic needs to fix this season. I know they probably can't, because this season's basically done. The season ends in less than a week. We got until the live event and then like maybe like half another week, and that's it. I just wish Epic listens to me. I'm not trying to be negative like how I said. It's just my ramblings. If you want to agree with me, agree with me. If you want to disagree with me, disagree. We can agree to disagree. But you cannot lie, but you have to admit one thing. This season's form of XP leveling is horrible. The battle pass is boring. The season's gameplay and changes to the map, boring. The collab, okay, but still boring. The LTMs, boring. This season was boring. The last season was boring. The last season was the season before that hurtful. I just hope Epic listens to this. I really just hope.